Today I'm going to be covering sambal, and this will be a two-part episode. And part one today I'll be making you Sambal Gesek. There are many types of different sambals here in Malaysia. You've got sambal tumis, sambal giling, sambal gesek, sambal belacan. The variety is just vast. But today we'll be focusing on a very simple sambal to make, and it's also a sambal paste that you can turn into a stir-fry dish. So I'll be doing the sambal and also a stir-fry with long beans and prawns using the same sambal paste. Let's go. Alright, so first off, for our sambal gesek, we start off with our red chilies. Slice and de-seed them. Now, shallots, garlic, 5 cloves, red bird's eye chili. I choose not to mix the green inside, and I also believe that by adding this large fresh red peppers, you also get the natural sweetness from the chilies. Let's get some oil into a hot pan. Now, the important thing with any sambal that is cooked is it needs sufficient oil, because that way you can fry up all those ingredients and get it nice and fragrant. If you do not have enough oil in your sambal, then chances are the sambal is going to turn out quite flat. All right, we go in shallots, garlic, bird's eye chili, and our red chilies. Now, once the shallot goes in, you can smell that fragrance from the shallot. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, once you can see that the shallots are turning color, and you can also see that the chilies are also starting to blister, we can remove this. Place them into a food processor, shrimp paste, half teaspoon of salt, and blitz. Now, this oil that we used to fry the ingredients earlier on, now this oil has a lot of fragrance, has a lot of aroma. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take these ingredients and we're going to put that back into the oil and saute one more time to get that shrimp paste nice and fragrant. And this is where, ladies and gentlemen, it gets exciting. There we go. Fry this up, get them nice and beautiful. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is done. This is the Sambal Gesek. It's simple. I know it looks super oily at this point in time, but here's the thing. The oil also helps preserve the sambal. So if you have a jar, clean, sanitize, place this into a jar, allow it to cool down. Once it's completely cool, seal the cap, and this can last outside the fridge for weeks, as long as you use a clean spoon each time. From that sambal, what can we turn it into? Here I have some prawns, French beans. All right, once the French beans is nice and cut, set that aside. Here I have a yellow onion, just gonna use half. Now, let's hit the wok with some oil, not too much. Now, the prawns go in. Now we go in with the French beans. Just a little splash of water, that will help steam up the French beans. And then we go in with this beautiful sambal that we made. Look at how easy everything just comes together. A little bit more salt, just a pinch of chicken stock powder. Now in goes the yellow onions. Get them nice and softened, and then we're ready to serve. You want to be careful not to overcook the prawns or the French beans. And this is done, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that, beautiful. All right, so now let's do a quick taste test. Like I said, the natural sweetness of the French beans, yeah, really pushes through the savoriness of the sambal. Now let's go in for this prawn. Absolutely delicious. And this is just one example of a stir fry that you can do with a sambal that's ready made, and make a big jar, store it up, use it as a condiment whenever you're having a meal, or use it as a paste to stir fry wonderful, delicious dishes. I hope you've enjoyed this episode today. I hope you've learned something from it. Leave me a comment down in the comment section below if you make your sambal a little bit differently, because I know everybody in Malaysia makes their sambal a little bit differently. Yeah? I'll see you guys next week on the part 2 of our sambal episode in this Malaysian favorite series. Take care guys, peace, love y'all, bye.